Hey everybody, good morning. As you see, I am not Blaine, but hopefully that's fine and you want to hang out with me. My name's Candace. I'm one of the teachers here and responsible for all the classes that we do in our store. So we're so happy that all of you are taking the time to join us today. Blaine is out this week, so I'm filling in, and we have a really great show planned for you today. We've got Jerry and Kim going to come to us live. They are both from Brother, and we'll be talking about two incredible machines, the 3600D sewing and embroidery machine and the 1600 embroidery only machine. So those are going to be great. You will learn all about those as the show goes on. So again, thank you guys for joining us. Be sure and like or share or comment. And as you know, at the end of the show, we will do some giveaways and a lucky viewer will win. So we'd love to hear from you. I loved all of you commenting at the beginning where you are viewing us from all over the country, and that's fantastic. I saw someone from San Francisco. Hey, I'm going to be out there to see San Francisco next week. So I was thrilled that the weather is nice and cool. It's like 60s, in the 64 degrees. And it's still hot out here in San Diego. So I'm excited to go to the cooler weather and visit that beautiful city of San Francisco. Well, we are coming to you from San Diego, California. And like I said, it's normally beautiful and sunny, but today it's overcast and rainy. I don't know what's going on. It's like a fall teaser. So I love fall personally here in San Diego. It's kind of like sweaters for the rest of the season. So let's talk about a couple things going on. I'm going to talk to you about some classes and events that we're doing. Good morning, Kathy. I know I've seen a lot of familiar names out there. Let's talk about our Kimberbell virtual event. As you see, I've got some props right here. These are what we're going to be making for our Kimberbell event. This is virtual, so any of you can jump on and join us. The only thing you need is a 6x10 embroidery hoop. So this is an embroidery event, and we are going to send you the kit. And it will have everything you need. The only other thing you're going to need is stabilizers and some threads. So we have it in the store, and then we have it virtually. So if you want to pull up that overlay, that's fine for the virtual show. And it's $169. It's 2 full days of sewing, or embroidering. So this is really fun. You're going to get to hang out with me for 2 days. We'll have lots of giveaways, and I'll play some videos that we had from Kim's trunk show. We'll learn about some of her new products that have just hit the market. So Kimberbell is a lot of fun. So let's take a look at these just real quick. Again, we're going to make this really cool pillow, and this is a really nice size pillow. I have had people say they don't like Halloween, my favorite holiday to decorate, but these are all pumpkins and bats, so nothing too over the top. But this is a really fun pumpkin, and it's got this freestanding lace bats we will add to that, and it's a envelope style, so you can pop that over the pillow form and use the same pillow form for another holiday. We're making these really fun pumpkins, and I stuffed mine really big. I wanted them really nice and fluffy. There's several different sizes we can make using this really nice velveteen from Kimberbell. And then this really fun little haunted house. There is a light that goes inside of here, but I didn't grab it. One of the little fairy lights. He's got a button, a little kitty cat button that sits in the window, and some pumpkins. And then we have, our Dead and Breakfast Inn kitchen towel. So this one is really cute. I love having a kitchen towel for Halloween. And this one uses some leather and some vinyl, and really great little project. So if you want to take advantage of this event, go ahead. You can sign up online, and we will ship you the kit, and we will send you the Zoom link. And then you'll just join us all day, Friday and Saturday, October 1st and 2nd. So another thing that we got going on in the store is we're doing the Laura Heine quilts. We're going to be doing a class. This is one that one of our customers did. These are really fun to do. This one I love because she added embroidery. So she embroidered some items and then put it on here. These are called raw edge applique projects. I had my seahorse. I don't know if you grabbed that. So I've done a couple of them and they're a lot of fun. So if you are in our area, we're going to do this in October and November. We'll have classes. These art quilts, you need the big tables. You need a lot of people to give you inspiration. And you need lots of fabrics to play with. So these are a lot of fun. If you've never done one, I would definitely encourage you to come. There's not really any sewing involved. It's an art piece. So we have that coming up in October and November. So what else? Let's talk about our big event in September called SewFest. So SewFest, all of you can take advantage of and watch. It is a full week of streaming live. If you've attended our Hoop Fest and our Quilt Fest, it's the same, similar format. We will have education videos and education instruction. We'll have all kinds of specials and quite a few presenters. And then we have a contest, of course, contest going on where you can enter. So these are photographs you're going to send us. We have 2 categories, a home deck category, and it gives you kind of the instructions on how to send us a picture of your original piece, or you can use, a piece that you've made from another company, but you can send that to us. And then we have a garment category. So any, beautiful garment you've made, or costumes, or all kinds of things like that, you can enter to win. And so you're just sending us photographs, just like we did on Hoop Fest and Quilt Fest. You're just sending us pictures. So make sure you take an amazing picture and the lighting's great so we can see all your beautiful sewing work that you've done.
Hey, Candace, we have a question from one of our viewers.
Okay.
When can they sign up for SewFest?
So SewFest, the contest is going on right now as far as submissions. So you can submit your contest project from now until the 29th of August. So that's the end of the month. Okay, you've got till the end of the month. And then we want all of our viewers to vote. So just like in the past, we have live voting. We want you to go on and vote until September 12th. And then we will announce the winners during our SewFest event. And of course, we have these amazing giveaways. We are doing, again, a dream studio. So you guys will definitely want to be a part of this to win. And we'll also have prizes for our contest winners. So I think in the past we've done machines and all kinds of amazing giveaways. You guys know Santa Blaine. He's got his nickname because he's extremely generous and loves to do giveaways. We love all of our customers and we thank you for being a part of our Sewing Machines Plus family. And so we love to do lots of giveaways and lots of special deals. So join us, put that on your calendar. You don't want to miss that. And enter to win right now. Okay, get that ready. You still got another week to submit your entry. And then we'll have our voting. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and chime in. I've got Roger here monitoring our chat so he can pop up a question or answer a question. Hey, Roger.
Hey, SMP Nation.
So we got Roger here and Kyle running the show. So hey, Kyle, thanks so much for, he's the man behind the screen that's got all the answers. He's the master planner over there. Okay, so we talked about classes coming up. We've talked about some events, and if you have questions on those, or if you want to find out more information, that's on our website. So we put everything on our website for you. Just log on to SewingMachinesPlus.com, and there's a tab at the top of the screen if you're on a desktop computer. If you're on your phone, you might have to type it in. You type in event, or you type in classroom calendar, and it'll pull up all that information. So I think I have one more thing to talk about, and that is our new product extravaganza. So we are going to be hosting in our retail stores 2 days all the new products that have come out from Baby Lock, from Brother, and from Bernina. Of course, they've done their events and have brought out new products. And if you're in our area, definitely come. Saturday is going to be here in San Marcos, and then Friday will be down in Mission Bay. So we will have some of the new machines, some of the new products for you to touch and feel and demonstrate. And it's just a fun time. So if you're in our area, definitely come for that, okay? And then the last thing I want to tell you guys about before we bring Jerry on is called Rent Me, not me, a long arm, okay? So we have a new long arm program rental. We're super excited about this. We've been working on it for a long time. And if you live in our San Diego or North County area, you can come in and rent one of our long arm machines. You're going to take a certification class, become certified, and then this will be open to you to use our long arms to rent. We're also going to be doing a lot of classes with the long arms, teaching you how to do additional things like using rulers, doing technique, using the Pro Stitchers. So keep an eye out on our calendar for that. That's all coming, but the rental starts September 1st. So if you are registered and certified, you can start renting those long arms. Put your name on the schedule right now. Okay, and if you've never used a long arm, I can tell you it is so much easier than quilting on a sewing machine. You will just be amazed how easy it is to use. So definitely come and try that out if you're one of our local customers. Okay, all right, I think we are ready to talk about our winner from last week. So we have a winner from our Viking. She won the Viking E20 machine. And do we have the name of our winner for that?
That is
Deborah Meyer.
All right, Deborah Meyer, congratulations. You won the Viking machine. This is a great machine to, it's nice and portable. It's good to set up in any room that you might need to set it up in, or, bring to class or travel with. It's always nice to have a small machine to be able to have that flexibility to go with you wherever you need to go. Great little machine. So congratulations, Deborah. Okay. So did I miss anything? Am I good? All right. I think we're ready to bring on Jerry. So Jerry, hey, good morning.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Awesome. We are doing great. We are so happy that you're here to join us and tell us all about these great Brother machines.
Me too.
Go ahead.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I think I'm just going to turn it over to you and go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. For those who may not know me, I'm Jerry Granata. I'm a brother educator. I live in Palm Springs, California. Candace was talking about the weather in San Diego. It is a little cooler here as well. We're down to a chilly, we just went down to 99. So we're breaking out our sweaters and our scarves. So hello, Leslie. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the real star of the show, which is the NQ3600D. We're going to be splitting it up today. So I'm going to be taking the embroidery side of this machine, and fellow brother educator Kim Montagnese is going to be taking the sewing side of this machine. This is a combination machine. This is sewing and embroidery. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the Brother 1600E, which stands for embroidery. It's an embroidery only machine. And there isn't really much difference, except that the 1600E is basically what they did is they pulled the embroidery side out of the 3600 and just put it into the 1600. So the 1600 does not sew, it's embroidery only. That means it's perfect if you already have a sewing machine in your studio or sewing room, because now you can add this embroidery element. And I think when I start talking about what it comes with and the large hoop that you can use, you're going to be excited about it. So if you, what's great is if you don't have a sewing machine or embroidery machine, the 3600 is the way to go. If you have a sewing machine, add the 1600 to your arsenal, because so many of us collect sewing machines, right? So the 3600, let's talk about that. The 3600D stands for Disney. So there are Disney embroidery designs already built in. And that's one of the differences between the 1600. The 1600 is not necessarily a Disney machine, but you can go and get Disney designs at iBroidery.com. That is Brother's exclusive website for Brother owners, Brother machine owners. And it's not just Disney, it's also Marvel and Star Wars, home decorating, freestanding lace. So a lot of like general designs as well. So it's not all Disney. But if you're looking for Disney designs for your 1600, that's where you'd go. So again, it's iBroidery.com. So it's like embroidery, but take out the EM and add the letter I. So iBroidery.com. Another great thing about that site is you're going to input your machine information. So your serial number, your machine number, and your design, it will automatically tell you if that design that you've chosen is going to work with your machine. So, I mean, I've been on that end where I first started with embroidery and I had a small embroidery machine. And I remember buying so many designs that wouldn't work on my machine. And I was really frustrated because I spent the money. With iBroidery, it will tell you if a design you've chosen is compatible or not. So you don't spend money on designs that aren't going to work for your machine. So I think that's brilliant. I'm so glad Brother did that. But again, let's talk about the 3600. So let me switch my camera around here. And here we go. Here is the 36. Isn't that just a pretty machine? It's just pretty. This is one of my favorite machines in the lineup. It really is. I love this machine. It is a go-to machine for me. I do have a Luminaire and other machines, but this is always set up in my studio so that if I am sewing on one machine, I can embroider on this machine or vice versa. It is nice and compact size. And when I show you the size of the embroidery hoop, you're going to be amazed that a compact machine of this size can embroider the size that it can. Another wonderful thing is look at the screen. It's a large screen. It is a touch screen. And on the embroidery side of things, this machine will also cut your jump stitches. That's huge. Now, I come from the days when you had to cut all of your jump stitches yourself, and that was extremely time consuming. So having the ability to be able to cut your jump stitches, your machine do that for you, is an absolute time saver and absolutely wonderful. So let's dig into some of the components of this machine. First off, one of my most favorite parts is, as you probably saw earlier, I wear glasses, so my eyesight isn't quite what it used to be. So I love that there is an automatic needle threader here. So all I did is I threaded my machine. I'm going to come up and brush the side of the machine. There's a cutter. There's a little lever on the side, and watch what happens right here. That's it. My needle is now threaded. One touch and I'm done. I just think that is awesome and I am ready to go. So remember I said I was going to teach you with some of the highlights. So this machine on the embroidery side comes with two hoops. You will get a 5x7, and I'll put my hand here for size comparison. Large, nice large hoop, right? But you will also get the 6x10. So let me bring that over as well. Look at the size of this hoop. This is huge for a compact machine this size. I just think this is awesome. Look at all of the embroidery space that you get. This would be great for quilts or jackets or tote bags, things of that nature, anything larger that you may want to do. And you might have a smaller embroidery machine and you're frustrated because you can't get those things in your machine. You can do on this machine. And I always like to say, this is kind of a tip. I always tell people, buy the largest hoop that you can afford. When I do classes, I always have the embroiderers raise their hand. And I always say bigger is better, right? The bigger the hoop, the better. Everyone's always wanting a bigger hoop. Now, I know some may be apprehensive and they're like, well, I just kind of want to start with a 4x4. I'm not really sure I'm going to jump into this just yet. That's great, but the 4x4, what's going to happen is after a few months, you're going to get frustrated because you're going to see all these larger designs that you just can't do. So get the biggest hoop that you can afford. And that's why I love this machine, because it's such a great price. The price point's really great. Again, it's a combo machine or the 1600E embroidery only. So let's get into some of the designs. Let me show you some of the things that this can do. So just right here on the screen, and I'm going to move in just a little bit. So let me get a little bit closer for you with my other camera. There we go. I got it to the side because I wanted to get rid of any glare. So you should still be able to see it. So that's why it's not straight on. But here we are. I mean, look at this large screen. And again, these are categories, folks. This is not just all the designs that you get. These are categories. So let's touch the first one. Excuse me. A little dry here in Palm Springs. You have embroidered buttonholes. Look at all of the buttonholes that you get. Isn't that amazing? You can embroider these buttonholes, so you can make them any size that you want. You can also add designs. Brother has included designs for these buttonholes. So I think this would be beautiful, like especially the butterfly wing. If you put that on one side of your buttonhole and then mirror it and put the other on the other side, it would look like there's a butterfly in between your buttons. I think that would be absolutely beautiful. Here are some more seasonal designs. Now, these are built in. Remember, these are built in. You don't have to go buy any more designs. However, I will add this. On the right side of your machine, there is a USB port. So if you have, they were talking about Kimberbell earlier, if you have a Kimberbell USB or a USB flash drive, if you have your own flash drive that you've imported designs onto, you can include them on this machine. You can import them in. So that's not a problem whatsoever. So again, with that large hoop size, you can import a lot of large designs. I love some of these fall ones. Fall is coming up. I know I don't want to rush out of summer, but it is coming. If you've been to the stores, you know it's coming. All right, let's go back. This is sort of the main design area right here. So let's go through some of these. Some of these are absolutely beautiful designs. Look at that. These are nice. I'm going to be working with this one in just a bit. And the ship. Look at the roses. The roses are beautiful. Absolutely lovely designs. Well, of course, we couldn't. This is a Disney machine, so we can't not talk about Mickey and all of his friends and Minnie, and there's Donald and Daisy. And these are the more vintage Mickeys. So I love this Christmas one. This one's really nice. So again, you can go to Embroidery.com and you can get more Disney designs or Marvel or Star Wars or again, home deck, freestanding lace, just a bunch of designs. I think there's 5,000 designs on there. So this machine itself, the 3600D, comes with 233 built-in designs. Let me say that again. 233 already built-in designs for you. The screen is 4.85 inches. It's a color LCD touchscreen. Again, your jump stitches are going to be cut, and it's just an absolutely marvelous machine. So let's dig into this just a little bit more. So I said I was going to go work with some of these designs. So let me go find one for you. I love this design. I think this is so pretty. I think it's so elegant. So let me tell you just a little bit about what you're seeing. So up here, this gives you the hoop size. So Brother, again, trying to make things easier and more fun for you to use, it tells you, here you get a visual of what hoops this design will work with. So in this case, this is the 6x10. It's the largest hoop. It's telling you how big the design is. And I like to call this the audition key. I love this. Watch this. So I can choose whatever hoop I want, and I can audition what this is going to look like in my hoop. So I get an idea of what my design will look like before I even stitch a stitch. So again, these are all grayed out because it's showing me that this design is large enough that it will not fit into a 4x4 or a 5x7. I have to use my 6x10. I can also zoom in on this as well. So I can get a really close, intimate look at what my design will look like. So isn't that nice to have all those options so you don't waste any more thread or fabric. You can just get right to your project. So I'm going to set this. Now I'm in my edit screen. So I can do all sorts of editing with this. I can move it. So I have arrow keys. I can resize it. I can make it smaller proportionally or larger proportionally, or I can shrink and expand this design as well. So I have manual control over that design as well. I can also rotate this. I can rotate 90 degrees. I can do it by 1 degree or 10 degree. So I can align that design perfectly with whatever it is that I'm embroidering on. I can mirror image this. Now, it won't matter here because the design is symmetrical, but you can mirror image. You can change the colors. You can make this whatever color your project is going to work on. So again, you can see exactly what this is going to look like before you stitch it out. You want to add a name or a font? Easy. Just touch add, go right to your font, choose whatever font you would like. There are 11 fonts available for you. So let's just choose one here. And now I can spell out whatever it is that I want. So let's get out of here. I'm going to go back and find my design and set it. I can also delete it, or I can add this to my memory. I can place this in my memory. So if I've worked really hard on the design, it's nice to have that option that I can put it in the memory of the machine, and it's there until I delete it. So let's go ahead and choose Edit End. Again, I have some more rotational and movement tools in case I really want to pinpoint where it is I want to place this design. But once I'm ready, all I have to do is touch Embroidery. And what you're seeing here is it's telling you which foot to use. So of course you're going to use your embroidery foot. Here it's telling me how many stitches are in this design. So the black numbers represent the final product. The red numbers represent where you're at any given moment. So you can kind of see where you're at. You can gauge how many minutes it's been, how many it's going to take, and you can judge what you need to do. So there's 27,193 stitches. This will take 48 minutes, and there are 2 steps, and you can see those steps right here. So you're going to have the main design and this little flower section inside. You can also adjust your jump stitch trim length right here. You can adjust your tension right here. So you have absolutely full control over your design. Now, maybe a thread will cut or something like that. Easy, just go back 10 stitches and start from where your thread broke, and that way your design will be unbroken. You can also go ahead. So maybe you have a flower design in here that you don't like. Then move ahead past the flower, and you can then start stitching again. So that's a good way to get rid of anything you may not want in your design. But I'm ready to go, so all I have to do now, and I'll switch my camera over. So all I have to do now is slide in my hoop, just touch my presser foot down. If you notice, my light went green, and I am now ready to start sewing this design. And I'll let this stitch for just a few seconds, just so you can see how quiet this machine is and how powerful it is. And it will just keep going. I also have manual control. I can stop it if I want to, or I can let it keep going. Just a beautiful stitch out. And I'll stop that. I'll cut my thread. And once it's done, this is what that design is going to look like. Now, I'll use my hand for a reference. Look how large this design is. It's huge. And because we have that nice big design, now I could take this and I could mirror image it up this way, maybe do one this way and that way, and make a big giant pillow out of this. I could do this all in metallic threads. Yes, this machine takes metallic threads beautifully. So you have this gorgeous design. You can put some crystals inside. That's my thing. So I like to bling things. So you can put a crystal inside each of these flowers. So that's what that would look like. Now, what if you want to add, let's work with another design really quick here. Let's go back in. Let me grab the ship. And again, you know what that's all about. I can show you. Now, again, these hoops opened up now, because now I can put this in a 4x4, 5x7, or 6x10. And I'm going to be working with the 6x10, so I'll just keep it on there. I'm going to set it. Now, let's say that I want to add some lettering. So let's go ahead and add. And I'm going to use my name. So J. R. Grab the Y. Perfect. And now I'll set that. Now I want to go to font edit. Now notice it's right over here, right over the ship. Well, I don't want it there, so I can move it. Now I can either move it manually, manually using the arrow keys, and you can see it moving up, or I can just go ahead and grab it on the screen and move it wherever I'd like, either above or below. I can also edit this font now. So I can make each letter whatever color that I choose. I can array, which means I can make it circular or I can make it angled. I can add different fonts. I can stretch it. I can separate out a letter if I want to. So you can really edit these fonts however you want. But in this case, I'm just going to array it over. And I'm going to say OK. And now editing is over. And then I go right to embroidery. So you can see how quickly I just did that. And now what I love is you get a preview. You can see exactly what it is that's going to stitch out. Again, you could just audition, so you never have to worry about what something's going to look like. So once you're done, this is the stitch out. So I use Sewing Machines Plus just because that's my business and I wanted to. But again, I'm going to use my hand for size comparison. Look how nice and large these designs are. And look how beautiful they stitch out. Had absolutely no problems whatsoever with this machine. Loved it. Let me show you some more samples here real quick. So look at Mickey. Now again, size comparison. Look how large Mickey is. Mickey is huge. Be great on the back of a jacket or a shirt. Or I used this Mickey on the back of a shirt when I went to Disneyland. I created a Mickey shirt. I had a Disney executive stop me and ask me where I got the shirt. I said, I made it. I'm a brother educator, and I made it all myself. Now, let's say you have some clothing in your wardrobe that's maybe a little dated, maybe needs to be jazzed up just a bit. I found a plain white 100% cotton polo shirt in my closet. So I did some hand dyed. I ice dyed over the top of it, red and blue. It was a solid white shirt. And then I added Captain America to that. Where did I find Captain America? On Embroidery.com. So these are the kind of things that you can get on Embroidery.com as well. So these are the kind of things that you can do with this machine. I mean, it's absolutely incredible for embroidery. Now what I'm going to do is, if I'm just going to open this up for questions on embroidery, and then we're going to let Candace take over to Kim, where she's going to tell you about the sewing side of this machine. So let's see if there's any questions on embroidery or this machine in general.
Hey there. Okay, so we do have quite a few questions.
Awesome.
So between Jerry and I, we can chat about those questions. So Kyle, do you have a couple questions you want to pull up?
So can you make your own designs?
So can you make your own designs? So that's kind of a loaded question. What exactly are we meaning here? Digitizing or loading a design into the machine?
I have a feeling they're talking about like the Luminaire, where you can go in and digitize. This isn't quite as advanced as a Luminaire. So you can bring in designs, absolutely. Again, you can either the ones on the machine or the one on the USB if you had a flash drive. As far as like creating your own, it's not really digitizing. The machine doesn't have digitizing capabilities. So you might have to move up to like a Luminaire or a Stellar for something like that.
Or if you have embroidery software.
Right.
So embroidery software goes on your laptop, your home, your desktop, and you can do a ton of things. You know, if you're not able to move up to the top of the line machines, which are fabulous. They have IQ Designer and My Design Center, which is so fun to play with. But if you don't have that, you can buy software, and there's editing software and digitizing software. And you can do so much with that. So again, it has a USB, so you can save your projects as a PES file, load it into the machine, and you're off and running. So we had another question about sizing. So these machines will size up 20% or size down up to 10%. And you can do that right on the screen. Now, again, if you want to size more than that, you can pull it into software and size things. But remember, you have a 6x10 hoop. So you don't want to size it too much, or you can do multiple hoopings. Do you want to talk about that?
Careful. If you really, you need to watch, especially if you're doing freestanding lace, you want to be careful how much you expand that design, because remember, those designs, they're digitized for all of those stitches to lock together, so that once you rinse out that design, everything stays together. If you expand that design too large, those stitches are going to, all of a sudden, they're going to start pulling apart, and you go to wash it out and you're going to have a handful of thread. So just be careful with like freestanding lace designs.
That's a great tip. Thank you for that. But
Sure.
Sizing Disney designs. Okay, the answer is no. Just the answer is no. You cannot resize the Disney designs. They are copyrighted, and if you want to purchase a different size or different designs, you have up to 5,000 design options on Embroidery.
Yeah, over 5,000 designs.
And so you can go on there, you register your machine, let them know you are a brother owner, and you can download tons of Disney designs. And remember, Disney has Marvel, Star Wars, and all of the Disney characters. So they really have a lot to offer.
And also home deck and freestanding lace. So it's not just Disney and Marvel designs. There's a lot of amazing designs on there that I pull a lot of designs off because they're just great. They're just beautiful designs.
And they're digitized beautifully. You know, that's another thing. When you guys are buying designs, remember, not all designs are created equal. You need to purchase a design from a reputable company, and Embroidery has beautiful digitized designs. We had a question for you, Jerry, about the stylus you were using.
Yeah.
And is the machine Wi-Fi capable?
This machine is not. It is not Wi-Fi capable. The stylus that I was using is just a regular generic stylus that I use for my phone or my tablet. It does come with one, though, just a plastic one. This was the one that I couldn't locate it. So I just grabbed the one that I use on my phone. So it will work. Absolutely. So it's nothing special, nothing grand. It was just the one that I just happened to grab.
So I love that the screen is a touch screen.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do a lot just touching the screen with your fingers, but the stylus are great. We had another question about memory. Now, the machine does have memory. You can load designs and save them to the machine memory. Mm-hmm. You can also save stuff to a USB. So how much memory does this machine have?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's one I don't know. I would love to find out and get back to you. It's a lot. Yeah, it'll hold a lot, especially even like dense designs. I'm amazed at how many it can hold. So it definitely can hold a lot. But again, you have that flash drive capability as well.
Yeah, I don't save a lot of designs on my machine unless I'm going to stitch them out multiple times, and then I'll save it to the machine. Otherwise, I just keep it on a USB stick and I keep it on my laptop.
Or if I'm working on a design, I'm customizing it a little bit more, and I have to leave for a while, I will save it to the memory. That way it's there.
Yeah, that's a really great option. And you also have memory in your sewing capabilities. You can save stitches in the sewing portion of the machine, as well as in the embroidery portion of the machine. What other questions do we have, Roger?
Is there a limit for the USB flash drive size that you can use?
The limit on the size of the USB flash drive.
Yeah,
we usually recommend 4 gigs. What do you think, Jerry?
Yeah, we get that a lot. It's not that the flash drive won't work. It's all about, remember, your machine has to go looking for these designs. So if you have a 32 gig flash drive full of 11,000 designs, it's going to take a long time for your machine to go find that design. So I always say smaller is better.
Mm-hmm. So what we recommend is that a USB is a transportation device. You transport the one design you want to use, put it on a USB, pop it in your machine, and then you delete it off that USB and just use that for the next design. So we recommend that USBs are transportation devices, not storage devices. Because think about it, it's a computer attached to a machine. And so just like a computer, it has to read all those files.
Right.
So
And if I can throw in a real quick tip here, for those of you who may be new with embroidery, I teach in a beginning embroidery class. I always say, make sure that you set up some sort of organizational way on your computer to keep your designs all nice and organized. Because what's going to happen is all of a sudden you're going to have 100, 200 designs, and you have no idea what you have or where they're located. So if you love Christmas designs, make a Christmas file. If you love flower designs, make a floral file or something like that. Make sure you get an organizational setup right away. I have a ton of designs, and I'm glad that I have them organized in files so that way I can grab them quickly. Otherwise, I will have no clue where something is located. And then again, you can use your transportational tool, your USB device, to take it from your computer over to your machine.
That's excellent. I have so many designs. I believe that purchasing software and purchasing designs is a separate hobby than actually stitching them out. So
Right.
Some of us are collectors of beautiful embroidery designs. Yeah, exactly. Me too. We had a question about being able to do hats, and also about the magnetic frames.
Right.
Do they fit on this machine, and can I do hats?
You can do hats. It's a little bit more difficult on a flat frame machine. It's really great for a multi-needle machine because they can wrap around that free arm. A little bit more difficult on the flat arm. You absolutely can do it. There are hoops that are made for flat frame hats. I've done it on these hoops as well. You just have to kind of finagle with them a little bit more. You can do it. You just have to be a little more fussy. And there's little tips and tricks for how to do it. So yes, you can do them. You just have to be a little more picky about it. The magnetic hoops will work on this machine. You just have to make sure that you're getting the hoop size that your machine will take. And the way to do that is, if you're not sure which hoops your machine will take, go into your settings menu, and there will be a whole list. Go to your embroidery side and start scanning through your hoops. Those are the hoops that are compatible for your machine. So that way you always have an idea, and maybe write those down if you're going to an event or something and you're trying to figure out if you need a hoop. Write those down. Write down what you see on your machine, because those are the hoops that will work with your machine.
Excellent. That is great. A lot of people, you cannot use an 8x8 hoop if your machine only takes a 6x10.
Right.
So definitely know what hoops your machine takes. And a 6x10, this is such a great size machine. This is a great machine for portability. We have a lot of people that have the real big machines, and those just aren't portable. You can't take them to class. You can't move around with them. And this is a perfect machine for a beginner. It's a perfect machine for those that want to travel with it or come to class. It's just a really great machine. So
it really is.
Thank you so much, Jerry, for sharing with us today. I think we're going to go ahead and bring Kim on and talk about all the sewing features of this machine. All right. So thank you to Jerry. Everybody say bye to Jerry. So Kim, I guess you're here. We have her hands. Okay. So Kim is here. And Kim, go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and about this amazing sewing features on this machine.
Okay, no problem. My name is Kim Montagnese, and I'm coming from you today from my itty bitty little corner of my studio today. So I'm not going to appear on camera. I'm kind of squeezed into a corner for today. But anyway, there's my hands. I had to make a decision. Is it me or the machine? So I'm about 100% positive I've made the right decision. So I'm up here in Amherst, Ohio, which is right on the shore of Lake Erie, right in between the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland and Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world. So, and unlike some of you, we have had so much rain that if I had a big old truck, I would load it with water and send it to both of you. We have a lot of rain up here. So anyway, today I'm going to try to go over a couple of the really cool things on this machine. This is the greatest machine, and as she mentioned, it's a great portable machine as well. It's only 22.5 pounds. Just the sewing. I'm not sure what it is with the embroidery unit, but it has a handle on top for portability. It's just a great machine. It comes with a lot of accessories, if you're home dec, if you're garments, if you're embellishing. There's a lot of different things that come with it. So already on this machine, I have been playing with the new dynamic walking foot. So I just left it on. I thought it would be fun to show you what the dynamic walking foot does. If you decide to make this your new baby, I might urge you to have, put that in with the purchase as well. It's really great. So this dynamic walking foot comes with a regular standard foot for zigzag and straight stitching. And it also comes with an open toe foot as well for free motion and for some of the, the wider stitches. It'll stitch up to 7 millimeters wide. And the cool thing about it as well is that it will sew backwards. So I'm going to show you, first of all, obviously, if you're new to Brother, that won't be obvious, but our threading system has arrows and numbers up and around. All you have to do is follow the arrows up and around and down. We get the thread over to this side, and then we just push the lever, and we are threaded. So this has been really great. I'm going to lift up the foot. I'm going to place this denim underneath the fabric. This is denim. I'm going to start sewing on one layer of denim, and then I pinched it up and folded it over. So I'm going to go from 1 to 3 layers. I'm going to select a straight stitch, and off we go. Here we go. Here's another pinch. You hear just a nice smooth operation of this. It's so quiet. And here's another one. Now I'm going to take it from 3 layers of denim, and I'm going to put some organza to go on there next. And it's just going to seamlessly sew off of the denim right onto the organza. I'm going to cut the thread, lift the foot, and there we go. So no matter what kind of sewing you're doing, I think you can't go wrong really with this machine. It does everything you're going to need it to do. The other thing I'd like to mention too, Jerry did mention in the settings page, there are so many ways in settings that you can personalize this machine. You can set it, of course, the date, the time. You can have the light on or off depending on how your eyesight is. You can also raise and lower your presser foot height. And some people, if you're sewing on a real fat quilt with lots and lots of that heavy batting, you're going to want to raise that up a little bit. If you're sewing on organza, you can lower that. That's going to make all of your sewing so much easier. You're not going to have to fiddle or we call it kind of MacGyvering your fabric. So if you can see up here at the top of the machine, can you see that? Maybe I have to tip it a little bit. There we go. So at the top here are all of your stitches. So when you find a stitch that you'd like to try, all you have to do is come down here and find that category on the screen. So right now I'm going to stick with category 1, and I'm going to scroll over using the arrows under the screen, and I'm going to go to the quilt menu. I'm going to select stitch number Q1-34, which is really a blind hem stitch. And let me see. Hopefully you can see the screen a little bit better. And this is the way the stitch comes out of the machine. But we have a special button right here. Well, wait. First, let me change it. The top little icon, I'm going to make this stitch. Right now, it's set at 1.50 millimeters. and I'm going to make it much wider. It's a blanket stitch. I'm going to use this probably to attach a binding, and maybe I'll make it a little bit longer too. And I'm going to say okay. Now, this little icon at the bottom right, if I press that, this is all the different things you can do to it. So right here, I can drop the feed dogs, but I am not doing that stitch free motion. But that's how easy it is to drop your feed dogs if you do want to do free motion. This is the one I'm looking for right here. This is a mirror image. So the way it's set up now, the straight stitch is on the right and the little bites go to the left. But when I touch this, it flips over to the other side. So even though this is 8 and about 3/4 width here, sometimes if you have a huge quilt, you're going to want to be stitching that with the bulk of the quilt on the opposite side. So you're going to need to flip that over and have it stitch on the other side. So these are just some of the settings that I thought were really, really cool. And I also have the luminaire. So some of the high-end features have now come over to this machine. So I'm going to take this foot off and show you one other thing real quick. So I do a lot of embellishing and upcycling. So I like to do buttons. I can sew buttons on using this machine. I can also make beautiful buttonholes. So I'm going to put this ankle back on. Come on, big fingers. There we go. Okay, tighten it up nice and tight. And I'm going to make a buttonhole that's going to fit this button right here. So it's adjustable. I just put the button into the little holder on the back side of the button holder. I'm going to slide this underneath and I'm going to attach it. And then there's a little lever up behind the machine that I'm going to pull down right there. It has a picture of the buttonhole icon on it, and it has up and down arrows. Now, when I get ready to sew that buttonhole, I'm going to look up here on my lid, and I'm going to go to that category. I'm going to cancel the previous. I'm going to go to category 4, which is the buttonholes. I'm going to select number 04, and I'm just going to hit the gas. Okay, now I'm going to cut the thread. The foot's going to come up. And there we have a beautiful buttonhole. Just like that, any size button. You don't have to guess. In the past, on some of my old machines, I've had to make a chart, put down the number, how many millimeters it was, and then test my buttons. It was just kind of a pain. But now you can just put your button right in the buttonholer and you get a perfect buttonhole. Okay, let's switch it over now to the regular foot. Put our little lever up. Oops, I don't need to do that. I don't need to take it off. I can just pop it off. There we go. Put our regular foot on. And now this is my all-time favorite feature. You can do this next thing. You can either do it with the dynamic walking foot, or you can do it with your regular foot. This just happens to be a J foot. You can use in the ditch foot, there's a lot of feet you can use it for. It's just a straight stitch. So what I'm doing over here, again, hopefully you can see the screen. Right here, the bottom left icon, I'm going to touch that. And that's a pivot function. And what happens when the pivot function is turned on is that when you take your foot off the pedal, the foot raises up, the needle stays down so that you can pivot your fabric. I do this a lot. I use the blanket stitch to sew circles. And when you're sewing a circle, you don't want to take your hands off of that circle as you're managing the fabric. So this lets me take my foot off the pedal, just slightly turn the fabric, put my foot back on the pedal, it goes back down and continue sewing. So I made this little quilt block. I'm going to put the foot down. I'm going to turn on my scissor function as well. And there we go. And off we go. So now it's doing a little back tack. I'm going to be able to sew all the way to the end. When I get to that corner, you see how the foot goes up? I can turn my fabric. I can put my foot back on the pedal. And off we go. I do a lot of the flannel quilts just for fun, just little 9-patch flannel quilts. And this is so great for quilting through all of that. You do a zigzag or another pattern, you just stop, foot goes up, you turn it. This is great for chenille when you're doing a lot of turning. And again, hear how quiet it is. And on the sewing side as well as the embroidery side, you can stitch up to 850 stitches per minute. So that's pretty impressive for a machine this size and with this portability. So how are we doing on time, guys? Okay. Are we okay?
Hi, Kim.
So
I think we're doing fine on time. We do have quite a few questions. Would you be open to doing some questions?
Sure.
Okay, so one of the questions was about the knee lift. So that has a knee lift.
It does. I hit it. It's right down here. It does come with a knee lift. Yes.
And that's great because it leaves you totally hands-free.
It does.
Just, move it around, adjust your foot up and down.
It does. I have to admit, I've never gotten used to a knee lift, so I use the pivot function.
Well, the pivot's fantastic. So you can program this machine to have your needle down and your foot up when it stops.
Exactly.
And so that's so great.
There's so many things you can do to the machine right up front that just make it your own. However it is you sew, whatever makes you comfortable, the types of sewing that you do, it just makes it really comfortable for you to create your own set of rules almost.
Well, this machine has a lot of features that the high-end machines have. I mean, that front panel right there with all the buttons, and the scissors and the needle down and the tie off, the end of sewing feature. I mean, those are all on your high-end machines, and this machine has it.
They do. And with the 3100 now, this panel here is almost the same as the high-end sewing only machine. So I'm just really, really impressed with it. I was telling somebody earlier, I haven't done a lot with it like Jerry has. I just got it recently, and it's really impressive.
It is.
Yeah, I'm blown away.
And that screen, the screen is a really nice size. If you go down in a smaller machine, you really can't see a lot, and that's a nice size screen.
Right, and the touch screen element of it is awesome too. I love being able to, I'm going to tell on my sister. She thinks these are fancy, intimidating machines. And I lent her one of mine one time and she said, "Oh, this is really easy. You just look at what you want, you touch it, and there it is." It's like, well, yeah, that's what I was telling you, right? Just the functioning that's on the screen that opens up a whole other brain almost to allow you to do what you want to do. And what we probably won't have time to get into is the you can make your own stitches as well. So a stitch creator, and you can save them into memory, and you can make them stitch out either thin or thicker. You can make it more dense when it stitches. And those are things that are generally on the more high-end machines. So yeah, I was very, very impressed with this.
Yeah, we love this machine. It is so easy to use, very, very user-friendly. And like you said, the features on this machine are very impressive. They really are. And the price point that we have for you guys today, you're going to be blown away. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't think we had a couple questions. Kyle, what was some of our questions we had?
Does it have a hover feature?
So a hover feature. So basically that's the needle down, foot up when you stop. Is that correct?
Is he talking about for free motion?
I think so. Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
So for free motion, let's say that it is for free motion. Otherwise, we do call a hover just a hover when the needle's down, the foot's up. So what's the difference if you're free motion quilting?
Okay. A hover is more like a pivot where you're going to just move the fabric. When you're free motion quilting, the feed dogs drop away, and it allows, and I think I don't have the right foot on for it, but it allows you to move the fabric more like this. It would come down part way. So I would probably want to go into, like I said, I haven't done it on this machine just yet, but I have it set for free motion. Let me go into settings and see presser foot height. Let's see, needle up, needle down, presser foot pressure. I would want to probably play with it, but see how it moves. The feed dogs are not moving that at all. And if I had my other foot on it, I like the one that's like a cup. It's like a little clear cup, and it would slide when the feed dogs are down.
So you can adjust the foot height.
Yes.
So that's a really nice feature on there. If you're doing something that's very thick.
And the pressure as well.
And the pressure, all of that.
Yeah.
This has got such, like you said, really great features. We had a question about something about sewing backwards. I don't know, at the beginning. Tell us just a little bit more about that brand new foot. What is different about that new foot?
So it's, where's my pic? It's the dynamic walking foot. The part number is SA101. And it's just a really great foot. You have so much control over this. You can do decorative stitches using this foot now up to 7 millimeters, so that you can do some of those wider decorative stitches on thicker fabric or on harder to manage fabric. And the nice thing about this foot too is, in the past, some of the walking foot features didn't allow you to reverse and go backwards, or it wouldn't allow you to do decorative stitches that have a backward motion. So this one does. So you can do some of the stitches that have that backward, you know, how you go forward and then step back and come back forward. So again, I've gotten to play with this a little, and it's just phenomenal. Going through the layers and layers of fabric, going from thick to thin. I did some decorative stitching on bindings, on those big, thick bindings. It was just incredible. And then I could back tack it at the end, you know, just kind of go back and forth a little bit. And it was great.
This foot is fabulous. The bad news is you can only purchase it in a retail store. At this point, I don't believe we can sell it on our website, which is probably why you guys can't find it.
Oh, sorry.
But if you go to your local Baby Lock dealer, you could purchase this dynamic foot.
Or your brother
dealer. I'm sorry. We're over here talking.
I know.
Because they'll fit on the same machines. But yeah, go to your local brother dealer, and you could buy that from, like I said, your local dealer. Come on in. We will have those available. I'm not sure if they're in pre-order, if we have them in the store yet.
And they're for a low shank machine. So
And okay, and we just want to clarify the walking foot, the standard walking foot does not come with the machine. Is that not part of the foot set, right? It's you get, I think, 6 or 7 feet.
yeah, I'm looking it up right now for you. Let me see. Download. This one.
Okay. And while you look that up, I just want everyone to know this is the same machine that Jerry was using.
Yeah, it
The
is.
exact same machine. All she did was take off the embroidery module and she put on the sewing module. So
Right.
exactly the same machine. And the machine knows when you put the module on, the screen comes up for sewing or the screen will come up for embroidery.
Okay, so it does not come with the walking foot according to the chart I'm looking at right now, but it is available.
Yes, it is available to purchase the standard walking foot on our website.
Right.
The throat space on this one?
8.35, 8.3 from needle to arm.
Okay. That's a great size.
Yep.
A nice size, like I said, it's a compact machine, but they're still giving you quite a lot of room for any of your free motion quilting or smaller projects you want to work on.
Right, a lot of bang for the buck in this machine. There's a lot of high-end features that I was really surprised. I mean, just the pivot, the tie-off, and the scissors, you can use those all together. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
All right. Well, Kim, thank you so much for showing us some of these features. There's so much. I mean, we could do a couple hours just talking about all the features on these machines. But we want to tell you the amazing deals that we have for you today. So I'm going to say goodbye, Kim. Thank you so much for joining us. And you have a great day.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So let's talk about this amazing show specials that we have for you. So let's go ahead and bring those up. So the Brother NQ 3600D. Now this is the machine that we showed you today. Look at the MSRP on that. This is a $6,000 machine. And we have an amazing show special for you at $29.99. However, if you call us at our 800 number, we will throw in a free bonus item. And we can't tell you what that is, but you are just going to be thrilled to find out what that is.
Super secret.
It's a super secret. That's right. You know what we do. We have call-in specials. So call our 800 number. It's 800-401-8151 and ask them about the NQ 3600D special. And they can give you that information over the phone. And we, like I said, we are going to throw in a bonus item for you that will work really well with this machine. So we also have the 1600E that we have a bonus special for you as well. Now, this is the same machine, but it's embroidery only. So if you already have a sewing machine and you just need embroidery, this is a great machine to start with. And look at the price point on that. $14.99. What a great deal for a 6x10 hoop with all those upgraded features. I mean, this is a screaming deal. And we've got quite a few of these in right now, or we've got them on order. They should be coming into our warehouse next week. I think they're going to be coming in. So we will have these available for you. And again, this is a call-in special. We will have a bonus item for you. And we can't tell you that over live TV here, but we can definitely tell you what that is over the phone. So call us right now at that 800 number, and that's going across your screen, and they can give you all the details. So these are some really amazing deals we've got, really great price for a 6x10 hoop with these upgraded top-of-the-line features on these machines. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and move on and talk about our person of the week. I don't know, what are we calling this? Our employee of the week. So our employee spotlight this week is Tammy. So Tammy C, she is new to us. She's been with us for a couple months now. And if you call, you might have the pleasure of talking with Tammy. She's super knowledgeable and really amazing, one of our product specialists. So go ahead and give us a call and say, hey, I want to talk to Tammy, and say hello to her for us. Okay, so I think we're going to do something really fun. We tried this last week and it didn't work out so good, but we have Kennedy standing live in our showroom. And hey, Kennedy, do we have a good connection?
Good morning. Oh, I hope it's better this time. I was upset that it worked out like that last time. But I just wanted to come on and talk about some things that we have going on in the store, excuse me. So we still have 25% off of our fabric, and that's going on until September 4th. So come in. Holiday fabric is bumped up to 30 and clearance is at 50 now. So please come on in. Clear the wall. And feet are still 20% off. We have tons of new and exciting events coming up. Some things with Kimberbell. We have new owner classes, which are always amazing to have, especially if you are new to sewing or embroidery or anything like that. Also, our feet are also 20% off too. And yeah, just some fun things going on. We have tons of new exciting products coming in. We love to show you, always having So It's New every month. It's so much fun. Yeah, anything else, Candace? You always help me with stuff too. What else you can think of that we can talk about as well?
I think that's great. I love just kind of show our showroom, show some of our long arms that they're going to be able to rent.
This is what it looks like. Lynn just made this amazing quilt. It's called Chain of Hearts. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Tons of samples coming on too. So if you're ever needing some inspiration, we have tons of little gifts and things and little samples going on. Got our long arms. We're starting rental program soon. So go on our website, check that out, look at all the information, and check out the certification course as well. This is the store. We've got patterns and things like that. Tons of exciting things. Got your cutting table for when everybody comes in and gets all the fabric and all of that. So it is a nice, peaceful morning here at SMP, and we are waiting for you to come on in.
We are. I don't know what it is, Kennedy, when it rains. I mean, and I'm talking drizzle. This isn't rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no one can go out.
No,
I'm like,
no.
Come on down. We're ready for you.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. We come in and we welcome you with open arms.
Thank you so much, Kennedy. And we're thrilled to have you. Kennedy's headed to college, so we're only going to get her part-time, but she's going to be working with us. And stay tuned on Facebook and Instagram for more things from our store. Okay, so we're getting ready to wrap up our show. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you've learned something new about these amazing machines. And some of you are ready to take the plunge and purchase one of these machines and get it home. I mean, the holidays are close enough. I would call it a Christmas gift, or I celebrate my birthday all year. So, whatever you want to use as an excuse to go ahead and treat yourself. Okay, so I think we're going to talk about giveaways. Our doorbuster. Doorbuster. All right, did you guys miss that? We might have to play that again. Doorbuster. Hey, we've got some really great needles. These are embroidery needles, and some of you may have never heard of these needles. And you can actually use these in your domestic machines, and they are made to help stop some of the challenges that you have with friction, with thread skipping and breakage. Really amazing needles. They're like a high performance needle. And for $12.99, you get a 60 pack. That's amazing. Doorbuster sale. So jump on that and order that with any of your orders that you want to place. You can get those on our website, or again, you can go ahead and call in and tell them you want that doorbuster deal, and we will ship those right out to you. All right, so I think we have time for giveaways. All right, best time of the show, giveaways. Woo, woo. All right, so we have a couple different giveaways today. Our first one is going to be our amazing bag of bags, is what I always call them. I don't know what Blaine calls them, but I call them the bag of bags. And again, they each come with a fabulous saying. And I have recently been using these a ton because I've got all these projects I've got going on. And I keep an individual project in each bag. So we're back doing garment classes on our sergers here. So I've got a couple individual bags I'm using for garments. So these are very handy, perfect for any of your sewing needs, embroidery needs, or grocery needs. I mean, this is a Costco bag if I've ever seen one, right? Really nice size. Okay, so who is our winner of our tote bags? Okay, is it?
Precious Gems.
Okay, I think that's a handle there. I don't know that that's your name, but you are our winner. So if you see your name, go ahead and let us know that you've seen your name, and you're going to send us an email to contest@SewingMachinesPlus.com, and that's contest with an S, so contests at SewingMachinesPlus.com, and we need your address, and we will ship those out to you. Okay, so is it, you are the winner of the tote bags. What is it? The Precious Gems. So fabulous. Thank you so much for watching today. And what is our next giveaway?
So we also forgot to play the user video for this week.
Oh, we have a user video. Okay, hey, we're gonna show that.
Have you heard the news? Get ready. It's giveaway time from Sewing Machines Plus. This is Clovis from East Chicago, Indiana.
Awesome. Thank you, Clovis. That's right. We kind of had a contest going on, right? So we have a contest for you to send in your video announcing giveaways. And we want you to be really creative. And if we pick your video, just like Clovis, we will show it on our show.
And they get a free sewing mat as well. So
and we're going to send you a free gift. You are going to get a sewing mat. So Clovis, be ready for that. If you're on the show today, we're going to send you out one of our sewing mats. All right, Kyle, who's our next winner? What do you got for me?
So we got Darla Tennis.
So Darla is a winner of the mats?
Tote bags, and then we'll give away 2.
Oh, we're giving away 2 sets. Hey, fantastic. So Darla, you are the winner of another set of our tote bags. And again, you get the full line of colors. So I love these because there's so many colors to choose from. You know, mix and match with your outfit. I use them, like I said, different ones for different purposes, but they're all really great, nicely made, and a really nice size. So again, send us an email and let us know that you saw your name, and we will ship it out to you. Okay, so now we're going to give away one of our mats.
We've got.
And who's our winner?
Ladybug Wishes Designs Christy.
Okay, did you get that? Ladybug Wishes Designs Christy. So fantastic. Again, I'm sure that's your handle on YouTube. Sounds like maybe a business. And you are the winner of one of our mats. So go ahead again, send us an email with your address so we can go ahead and ship that out to you.
Then one more sewing machine mat giveaway.
Okay, one more mat. Who is our next winner of the mat? Kim. De Jesus, yes. De Jesus, if you're Hispanic, yes, we say it like that. Correct. We're in San Diego, for goodness sakes. So Kim, you are the winner of one of our mats. And we, again, go ahead and send us an email and we'll get that one shipped out to you. Let us know that you saw your name on the show. Has anybody chimed in and said that they won? We want to hear from you on chat. Nothing yet? Okay, I know we have a little delay, but go ahead and let us know. Oh, look at this. We have
This is next week's winner.
a Brother Sewing Machine as our giveaway. And this one, we will announce it at our next show. Is that correct?
So comment and share for a chance to win, and we'll pick someone and announce it on next show.
Okay, so here is your last chance to comment, share, like, and we will pick a winner for the next show. So you got a couple more minutes of me chatting to go ahead and make a comment and share this video, and we will choose that winner and announce it on our next show.
Even the recording, you can leave a comment and you'll be entered to win.
Oh, okay, so
all week.
you have a whole week apparently. You know, all of our videos are recorded, so you can always go back and watch any of our live SMP shows, and you can leave a comment during the week. All right, so anything else we missed? Anything else I need to say before I say goodbye? Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys again so much for taking the time out of your day to spend with us. And we look forward to seeing you on our next show. So I'm Candace again from Sewing Machines Plus, and myself, Roger and Kyle and Blaine, all wish you a very happy week. All right. Bye, everyone.